It's 2 p.m. here in Sydney and it's time for Startup Daily. Well, cybersecurity leader Orca Security has officially launched in Australia after choosing Sydney to be its APAC headquarters. It comes as the company plans to invest almost $2 million in the region over the next 18 months. So to take us through it all, we're joined now by Global CEO Avi Shua. Thanks for joining us, Avi. Look, just run us through this launch in Australia.
So this launch comes together with us announcing our round C of more than $210 million that we announced today, led by Capital G and Redpoint Ventures. And essentially, as a goal for the company, we understood that it's not enough to just build great products and to sell them in the United States, but we want to make sure that they are available to our potential customer around the world. We already had some customers in Australia, although we didn't add any physical presence, companies like Zip.co, and we worked with local distributors such as Advent One and CyberDNA. But we felt that the Australian market is dramatically bigger than that and deserves direct relationship with Orca. So we decided to use this opportunity to build our first APAC sales office in Sydney.
So Avi, tell us a little bit about the opportunities you see in this region for Orca.
So we see Australia as one of the leading markets when talking about cloud adoption and relatively mature in their cybersecurity posture. We see that organizations in Australia, similar to one in other locations, are looking for the bleeding edge technologies to secure the cloud environment. Like companies around the world, they need to make sure that they're able to move to the cloud, innovate, develop, and in the same time meet security mandates without delaying the business from achieving its goals. And as part of that, we have essentially implemented our platform based on our side scanning technology. And we saw that there is demand coming from the Australian market even before we had the people on the ground. And we see more and more people that are requesting demos, visiting our website, asking about the technologies. And while we are happy to serve them, naturally the time difference plays a toll. And we see also adjacent geographies near to Australia, New Zealand and other Asia-based countries that we don't serve well. So this is why we decided to build the office locally to serve better this market.
And you've got quite a big investment planned for the market, sort of $1.9 million. Can you tell us what that money will be used towards?
So basically to hire local security experts, local representatives that will help the customer engineer their product in the system and to better secure the environment utilizing the Orca platform. While this is a SaaS-based service, so theoretically you can treat it as touch-free, as something that you can you don't need to speak with anyone. The reality is that people need to talk with people, and they want people that can explain, help them adjust, implement, and use the platform. So it's basically going to be mostly local hiring.
Avi, you mentioned a little bit earlier that Zip is one of your clients. You've got Databricks on there as well. That's kind of a pretty impressive get. But then Robinhood, Fiverr. Are you the startup company cybersecurity firm? Is that how you pitch your business, or where are you aiming in the sector?
So the Orca solution is fit essentially any company that have a substantial cloud environment. Whether you are a top-tier bank, whether you are a major SaaS player such as Zip, Robinhood, or smaller company, if you have a substantial cloud environment, the Orca solution may fit you. Naturally, you'll find more public logos of companies that tend to accept media better compared to traditional companies that sometimes don't like to have their logo out in the wild. But we are across the market. One of the things that I really love about our platform is the exact same solution can be used within one of the world's largest financial organization, and at the same time within a company that have 20 people.
Avi, we're seeing some pretty horrifying stories emerging at the moment around hacks and getting into the cloud, and there seems to be a lot of action going on. What do you see as the big issues over, say, the next couple of years for people as they think about cybersecurity?
So I'll focus my answer on the cloud. And I think that the cloud is more than a technology challenge. It's a cultural challenge. Because at the end of the day, the cloud enables organizations to act dramatically faster. And sometimes when you act dramatically faster, you don't manage to adapt all the procedures, all of the processes, all of the checks and balances that you had. And then things go wrong. At the end of the day, organizations these days expect features to go out and delivered within days, where only a decade ago, a year would be an acceptable time frame. And when you are accelerating that fast, definitely you need technology to support you, but you also need the processes to support you. And the old processes of trying to secure manually simply don't work. And organizations are looking for ways to prevent these mistakes and to fix them when they happen as fast as possible, because if you don't manage to do it, then the attackers may do it for you. It's not that the cloud itself is not secure, as sometimes people say. It's when you use things and you act so fast, things may fall between the cracks.
Oh, well, good advice there. Keep checking the cracks. Avi Shua, CEO of Orca Security, thank you so much for joining us on Startup Daily today. All the best with your Australian rollout.
Thank you for having me.